Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay, guys. This article was posted today on 12th of October. Subhanallah. Again, for those of you who can recollect um, the science team's forecast for 2018, we shared that with you, and I'm hoping that you guys have got a record of that PDF. Nonetheless, it's been archived on the channel anyway for you to revisit and maybe cross-reference against all those kind of events that were listed in the forecasts and that have happened since. There's only a few left. I'll show you if in a second if we can find it. But at any rate, we mentioned that there will be a cyber attack, and this is, I guess, they're taking it down. They're taking the internet down, and this is, I guess, what we were alluding to. And the purpose of this is, and they're saying that it's going to likely happen in the next 48 hours, which is quite huge. And they have kind of swept it under the carpet, I guess, under the rug, because it would cause a lot of upset globally. And this is the kind of thing that I guess we can come to expect of them from now onwards, from here onwards, simply because they're trying to globalize everything. And like I said, there's going to be a restructuring of the globe, of nations, and right now, what's playing out is again what's a Hegelian dialectic between patriotism and a one world government, right? So a borderless globe, but under the rule and the auspices of the shayateen in jinn, with Iblis Lanatullah alayhi at the helm of that. And this is just to set the stage and the path for a Dajjal Lanatullah alayhi. And it's happening right now. They're basically taking the internet down. You'll understand that the Council of Foreign Relations is, again, just another medium through which the Shayateen operate globally, and they have achieved a lot of progress for their agenda through the CFR. And it's self-explanatory what they're trying to do over here. They're trying to globalize the economy, and part of that is again what we see, the theatre with Donald Trump, and then the UK with Brexit, with other European nations trying to disattach themselves from Europe, or again themselves from the globe, just like America has, where they've got their mantra is America first. All of this is just to create a dialectic between the thesis and the antithesis. And then what they do is they cause them to clash, which is the theater we're seeing on the global stage right now, which is basically natak, right? They're just pulling the wool over our eyes. They're all in bed together, and they need to take us through this kind of transition where you kind of violently reject a proposition, and then you come to acceptance. Right? It's just a process, and that's the way they've been operating for a millennia now. At any rate, what we've got right now is them taking the internet down, and I did mention to you guys that this is basically on the agenda. Sadly, we're not seeing it, and it's very unfortunate, but it's happening. It's really happening, and it's their progress is absolutely happening on an exponential, phenomenal rate. We're certainly impotent in the face of all of it, but at least if we can be muhtat about it, our beloved ulama ikram really need to start standing on the podiums and addressing the fitn, the trials of a Dajjal, the Antichrist. Again, I guess what's happening right now and the current status quo, where we're not discussing those fitn, and again, I have alluded towards a false extraterrestrial contact happening. I mean, that's really unfolding. For some reason, again, our beloved ulama ikram are absolutely mute on it, or can't see it, or do see it but won't do anything in the face of it. All three of which, at least for me, are absolutely. It's a very terrible. It's a very miserable condition state to be in, and a very unfortunate one. I certainly wouldn't want to be in that situation. Again, you're the Warasa, you're the Varis, you're the heirs of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. You're duty bound to address these things, at least when you can see it. Now, again, for the past 3 years, I have been giving lukma after lukma. And again, if I had been addressing even a child of an infant with the sort of, I guess, what we've postulated, and then how we've articulated that since, and the sort of evidence that we provided to back up what's been postulated in the science PDF for the past 3 years would be sufficient for any child to basically absorb and understand. Yet, for one reason or the other, there seems to be, and I guess it kind of lends into the hadith where the Prophet ﷺ says that the leaders, the imams, won't, the scholars won't address at Dajjal at the members. I guess it's either we want to deliberately maybe speed the arrival, which we don't want to, but that's my understanding from the current status quo, or otherwise we would be um, 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 addressing Dajjal at the members, right? Uh, for to well, for the flocks under your, I guess, mashallah, stewardship, and informing them of those trials, basically um, increasing in momentum and huge um, well, exponentially, right? It's happening. It's in front of us. Subhanallah, we can see it. So, I mean, this is what's happening. It's happening. The global economy, it's going to collapse. Just all of this. The rest of it's just theater. It's theater, and unfortunately, we're not seeing it. And we're going to see that war right now happen in Syria. By close of the year, all of this is going to be wrapped up or at least started, right? They're going to do the restructuring, and this is what all the artificial weather manipulations about. They are going to be the cause and the means, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. The Musawwibul Aswad is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but they're going to be the means through which the three great landslides will happen, right? By waterlogging the land everywhere. They want to restructure the United States. I've told you about that. They're going to stage this tsunami, this false flag of all false flags that we've postulated about in the 2018 forecast. And then there's the war in the Far East. You've got the one in the Middle East, and then you've got the one between Russia and Europe, and you've got the one with, I guess, when I refer to the Middle East, that's where the states will get involved. But the whole point is to, through this dialectic, is to give birth to the state of Israel, the Greater Israeli Project, take down America, and replace the role of America in terms of manufacturing and maybe even a military power, a huge portion of which with China, right? And all of this has been set in motion and is happening right in front of our eyes, and um, it's ridiculous. It's Subhanallah, Ajib, Ajib. I don't know. What can I say? Anyway, Jazakallah khairan wa sallallahu jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.